Why, hello, YouTube! Greetings from the LazyEyebrowReviewer. Here I'm reviewing another Fall of Cybertron figure. This is the Decepticon Scientist Shockwave review. The other one of Movie Face Jump's favorite characters. The other one being Soundwave. I'm kind of seeing a pattern here. Maybe he just like waves? I don't know. Anyway, here you see before you is Shockwave, who in game sounded more like the narrator for the G1 cartoon than he did his wheezy G1 self. Not entirely sure why that is. Everyone else sounded pretty similar, especially Optimus for obvious reasons. As for this toy itself, I do say he looked pretty darn accurate to the in-game character model. Legs are a bit thin, but oh well, what are you going to do? Only gripe I really have about him anyway. That and there's no Decepticon symbols on his wings, but what are you going to do? Labels. One thing that's awesome is his light-piped head, and does it ever shine big and bright. One thing I don't get, though, is why this is red and not yellow. Really. Like it was both in the game and in the cartoon that it was yellow. Why not here? Maybe it has something to do with this guy. Head is screwed in and swivels. Shoulders can move forward and back and out due to its hinge system that kind of reminds me of the Gundams. The elbow's on a ball joint, which I find interesting. I also find it awesome due to the range of motion it offers. Hands can't do much, but they can retract in at the wrist, which allows you to plug the gun in using the square tab in this slot that makes on his arm. Another place the gun can go is on his back using this peg in this hole, which looks rather silly to me. The blaster head can come off to reveal a three-pronged weapon. Apparently this is a machine gun mode or something. Not even sure why this does this, so I'm gluing this together after this review. Legs are on a ball joint, knees both swivel and bend, and the feet are locked in place in this mode, which is really not all that bad. He balances pretty well. To transform him, remove his weapon from his arm, and retract the other hand as well. Position his arms like a football goalpost, and then rotate his shoulders forward. Unclip his shoulders from the chest, and rotate them down. Unclip the chest from the lower half of the torso. Push in his head while rotating the chest onto his back. Clip his shoulders into where his chest used to be. Notice this third peg on the gun. That's going to secure itself into his posterior, like so. Then finish rotating the chest down. Point his feet down and rotate the places that attempt to bulk up his legs up onto his thighs. Close the feet over the gun. Fold his wings down. And finally, fold his arms into the hole in the back of his chest to make thrusters, and you're done. This is actually a pretty good alt mode, and pretty darn accurate to the game as far as the mold goes. I feel that both modes have been expertly engineered by Hasbro, and they get my thumbs up for this guy. What's especially interesting to note is that this mode has another option, as well as this isn't even his final mode. Whether or not any of this was accidental or not, I can't say, but dang is it ever cool. For instance, YouTube user Mr. Boogeyman 1973 has discovered a little secret. What if Megatron decided his fusion cannon wouldn't cut it in tank mode? Well, say no more, Shockwave on the job. For some reason or another, with the fusion cannon removed, Shockwave seems to just fit in all the right places. He doesn't clip in, and Megatron has to drive backwards, but it still works, and it looks great. And how about a third mode? Well, thanks to YouTube user BoneCrusher1296 for discovering it, you can now have some classic G1 action. While in jet mode, simply fold down the legs and clip them together. This makes for a little handle. Now you can wield your shock pistol like nobody's business. For extra flair, swing the wings up. Now this is something I kind of wish he turned into in Fall of Cybertron.
Autobots, in my lab. I'll have to dispose of you.
So that about does it for the unofficial triple changer Fall of Cybertron Shockwave. And I highly recommend picking him up if you can, as he is such a cool figure. This has been the Lazy Eyebrow Reviewer.